Stop trying to fix your spine with isolated surface-level tools. Your body is an integrated hydraulic loop. And to activate the deep internal mechanics of the Xi Sui Jing Marrow wash, you must follow a strict structural order. Phase 1. Release the deep engine, unlocking the hidden muscle anchoring your pelvis forward. Phase 2. Decompress the network, rehydrating the rigid fascia of your lower back. And Phase 3. Turn the pump online, triggering the sacral rhythm to flush your nervous system. 3 pillars, 1 continuous protocol. No wasted movement, no fluff. Let's begin. Grab your chair. We're doing this together. Sit on the very edge, not the middle, the edge. Now shift your weight slightly to one side, so only one glute is fully supported. Let the other leg hang freely off the side. This is your base position. Now take that free leg and slide it back behind you. Tuck your toes under. Your knee should point straight down toward the floor. Right here, your body will try to cheat. Your lower back will want to arch. Your ribs will flare out. Don't let it. Because the moment you arch, you lose the entire effect. The psoas escapes the stretch, and the pressure shifts into your spine instead. So here's the correction. This is everything. The posterior pelvic tilt. Imagine your pelvis is a bucket of water. Right now, most people are spilling water out the front. I want you to do the opposite. Tuck your tailbone under, slightly. Pull your lower abdomen in just a bit. That small adjustment is what locks everything into place. Without it, you're just sitting. With it, you've just exposed the psoas. You should feel a deep, dull tension in the front of your hip. That's the target. Now we trigger the release. Keep that pelvic position solid. Don't lose it. Now squeeze the glute of your back leg. Hard. Harder than you think. This is the switch. The moment that glute fires, something powerful happens automatically. But we're going further. Raise the arm on the same side as your back leg. Reach it straight up. Not loosely. Drive it upward, like you're pushing against something heavy. Now feel that line of tension from your knee through your hip into your ribs. That's your deep front line activating. This is the connection your body has been missing. Hold this for 60 seconds. Breathe only through your nose. Slow inhale. Let your ribs expand. Slow exhale. Let your hips sink just slightly deeper, millimeter by millimeter. Don't lose the glute. Don't lose the pelvis. You might feel shaking. That's not weakness. That's your nervous system recalibrating in real time. Stay with it. This is the release you've been trying to force. And now, slowly relax. Lower your arm. Bring your leg forward. Stand up carefully. And take a few steps. Notice that. Your lower back feels lighter. Your hips feel more open. Your stride changes. Just like that, your body stopped fighting itself. Now here's what just happened inside your body. There's a scientific name for it. Reciprocal inhibition. It means your brain cannot fully contract one muscle while its opposite is also contracting. So when you squeezed your glute as hard as you could, Your brain was forced to send a relaxation signal to your hip flexors, including the psoas, not because it wanted to, because it had no other option. You didn't stretch the muscle. You switched it off. That's the difference. And once you understand that, you stop fighting your body and start working with it. Stand exactly where you are. Place your feet about shoulder width apart, with your toes slightly turned out. Now here's where most people mess this up. They go too fast. Don't. We're going to move slowly. As you begin to lower your hips, keep your chest as upright as feels comfortable. Let your knees move naturally over your toes. Now pay close attention to your heels. If your heels start lifting off the floor before you reach the bottom, stop right there. That's your current range, and that's completely fine. Years of wearing modern shoes often limit ankle mobility. This is normal. If you need to, place your free hand on your kitchen counter for balance. Let your body feel stable and supported. Now keep lowering slowly until you reach your deepest, comfortable position. This is your position. Hold it. Close your eyes, take a slow, deep breath, and bring your attention to your lower back. Right now, something important is happening. Your body is beginning to let go of tension. Stay here for a few seconds. Notice how the resistance starts to fade, how your body stops fighting the position. Now, very slowly, press your heels into the floor and begin to stand back up. Take your time, no rush. Return to a fully upright position. And now, notice the difference. Most people feel it immediately. A sense of lightness, more space, less pressure in the lower back. What you just did was not just a stretch, that was a reset. And now I want to show you exactly what just happened inside your body. Because once you understand this, you'll never want to skip it again. Here's what's really happening inside your body. Every night while you sleep, your tissues stiffen. They lose hydration, they settle, and your body tightens up. So when you wake up and immediately bend forward to stretch, like most people do, you're not actually helping your body. You're pulling on tissues that aren't ready yet, and your nervous system reacts to that. Instead of relaxing, it tightens even more to protect your spine. So you think you're loosening your back, but you're actually increasing the tension. What you just did is the exact opposite. And this is where it gets interesting. When you drop into a deep squat with your heels flat on the ground, you create a stable base. From there, your body starts to reorganize itself. Think of it as a chain that runs from the bottom of your feet all the way up to your head. When your feet are grounded, that entire chain becomes stable. Now, as your hips drop down, the weight of your body begins to work for you. Gravity starts doing the job. Your pelvis acts like a natural anchor, gently pulling downward. And because your feet are fixed, that creates a subtle traction effect through your spine. Instead of compressing your lower back, you're creating space. Not by force, but by position. This is why it feels so different. You're not fighting your body, you're working with it. You're allowing those tight, stiff tissues to gradually release in a way your nervous system actually accepts. No resistance, no guarding, just release. And that's also why your body starts to calm down. Because from your brain's perspective, this position feels safe. You've just shifted out of that constant low-level tension most people carry all day and into a more relaxed, balanced state. That's why this isn't just physical. It's neurological. You've just reset your system before even finishing your first cup of coffee. Your lower back feels lighter. Your posture is more open. Your body is more ready to move. That's a powerful start to your day. Look at your foundation. The bone at the very base of your spine is supposed to act like a high-pressure pump. But for most people, it's completely inactive. Not weak, not injured, just offline. In the Xi Sui Jing tradition, this point is known as the Golden Gate. It's the switch that influences your entire nervous system. When it's active, fluid pressure moves through your spine, feeding your brain and stabilizing your structure. But when it's locked, which happens after years of sitting, chronic stress, and unconscious tension, the entire system begins to slow down. Your energy drops, your back stiffens, and your body starts working against itself. You don't need more yoga. You don't need another foam roller. Because this isn't a flexibility problem. It's a pressure problem. You've been trying to fix an internal system with surface-level tools. Today, we change that. We're going to synchronize the deep core and the fascial network to restart the natural pumping mechanism of your spine. This is the third and final pillar of your reconstruction. We're moving beyond muscles and into the system that drives them. Think of your brain and spine as a closed hydraulic loop. Inside, there's cerebrospinal fluid, a refined biological liquid that cushions your brain, clears metabolic waste, and supports neural performance. But here's the catch. This fluid doesn't circulate efficiently on its own. It depends on subtle mechanical movement. In anatomy, this is often described as the cranio-sacral rhythm, a coordinated oscillation between your skull and your sacrum. But look at how you sit. Your pelvis is fixed, your lower back is compressed, and your sacrum, that triangular bone at the base, is held in a constant state of tension. When that happens, the system loses rhythm. Pressure accumulates below. Circulation above becomes less effective. And you experience it as mental fog, lower back tightness, and that heavy, drained feeling by the middle of the day. You're not broken, you're just not moving fluid. Right now, you can feel this directly. Come to the edge of your chair. Let your feet rest flat on the ground. Keep your spine tall and your head completely still. From this position, try to gently tilt your pelvis. Just a small movement. If your whole body tries to compensate, if your chest collapses, or if you feel a sharp resistance deep in your lower spine, that's it. That's where the system is stuck. This is where the system begins to break down. Because the restriction is not on the surface. The gates are locked from within. There are two primary forces holding your sacrum in place. The first is the deep engine of your core, the psoas. If this muscle is constantly pulling from the front, your pelvis is anchored forward. Your tailbone is no longer free to move. The second is the fascia, the elastic network that surrounds your spine and connects your entire back. If it becomes stiff, dehydrated, or unable to slide properly, your spine loses its ability to expand, and the sacrum gets trapped between both forces. Now, stay exactly where you are. Without moving your upper body, try again to draw your tailbone slightly inward. Not by force, just enough to explore the movement. If you feel resistance, if the motion feels blocked, that confirms it. You are not lacking strength. You are dealing with restriction. Now that we have released that deep engine and restored elasticity to that fascial layer, what you're about to do will maximize the system. We are not just stretching, we are creating an internal pressure shift, using your breath to influence the system from the inside out. This is the mechanical foundation behind what the Xi Sui Jing refers to as the marrow wash. Not as a concept, but as a physical process, a transition from stagnation to movement. Now, we activate the pump. Remain at the edge of your seat, feet grounded, spine tall and unmoving above the waist. Shift your weight directly onto your sit bones. As you inhale, gently tilt your pelvis forward, allowing a small, controlled arch to appear in your lower back. No exaggeration, just enough to create space. Now exhale. Slowly draw your tailbone forward and slightly upward toward your navel. At the same time, draw your lower abdomen inward and upward. Not forcefully, but with precision, you are creating a subtle internal compression, a shift in pressure at the base of your spine. Inhale, expand. Exhale, compress. 5 seconds each direction. Stay controlled. Stay consistent. Now something begins to change. You may feel a deep warmth or a quiet activation near the base of your spine. That sensation is not random. It is engagement at a level most people never access. You are restoring rhythm to a system that has been inactive for years. And as that rhythm returns, something else begins to shift. Not dramatically, not all at once. But clearly, your mind starts to sharpen. Your perception becomes cleaner. Because your body is no longer resisting itself. It is coordinating. The deep core is no longer pulling out of balance. The fascial network is no longer restricting movement. And the base of your spine is finally participating in the system. This is not just about relieving tension. This is about integration. You have taken isolated parts and turned them into a coordinated mechanism. But a short sequence is only the beginning. If you're ready to stop managing discomfort and start upgrading your internal mechanics, you now have the complete blueprint. 3 phases, 1 continuous flow. No wasted movement. No unnecessary complexity. Practice this complete sequence daily. Let the tissue adapt. Let the rhythm return. Your body already has the blueprint. Now, you have the keys. Stay fluid, stay zen.